All right. So today we are going to look at realloc function. This is the last class for dynamic memory allocation. So this is where you reallocate memory size if what you needed is not enough for what your project is. So I'm going to demonstrate this by just writing the syntax for realloc, then write how to allocate memory using malloc, and then how you use realloc to increase the memory size. Then we can go to code blocks and I'll demonstrate the full program for you to see. So what is the syntax for realloc? This is reallocation of memory. So what is the syntax? So we say void pointer realloc, and then inside it we'll bring in void pointer, which is what? The initial pointer, that is the original pointer, comma. So size underscore t, new underscore size, right? This is just the syntax. So this is the syntax for realloc. Now I'm going to write that malloc line and then show you how you use realloc to change it. So what we've been doing in our program is we create pointers. So I'm just going to put it in one straight line. Int numbers, this is the pointers. Int numbers. Then I can typecast it explicitly, or I will leave it. I'll just say malloc. Then initially it was 3 integers times size of int, right? So this was it. So this is how we use our malloc to create memory size for 3 integers using one single block of code. So the single block is 4 times 3, that is 12 bytes will be allocated. But I want to increase this to 5 bytes. So initially what this would do to us is give us this 0, 1, 2. So we did 10, 20, 30. Now I want to increase it to this 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So that becomes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 indices. So this is what I want to do. I want to increase from this to this. Now I have to use realloc to increase this size, but I want to still maintain this. Just add 40 and 50 to it. So what will I do? Now, this is very important. If I use this pointer to do my realloc and it fails, then there is a problem. So what I would do is, that means I'm going to lose this pointer. So the best method is to use another pointer for the realloc. Now, if it fails, you can easily free this pointer. If it doesn't fail, then you can now assign that new pointer to this pointer before you continue with your program. I will demonstrate this for you to see in code blocks, but let me just explain on the board. Now, I want to use realloc. So instead of using this pointer, I'm going to create another pointer. So I will call that pointer int, that is pointer temp. I will call it temp. Then I will say realloc is going to implicitly typecast. That's why I'm not putting the typecasting to integer here. So realloc. Now, the parameters it will accept. First, this one, which is what? Numbers. Meaning I'm retaining the initial 3 blocks, 3 elements. So, comma. Then, now I want to increase it to 5 times size of integer. Right? So this is how I'm going to bring in my realloc to increase this initial memory to what? To now 5. So I will retain this 3, right? And then I will expand it to what? 5. So I'm just going to add 2 more elements. Okay, but I have to still test if this memory was allocated. So I will say if temp equals to null, right? I will go in and I will write print f reallocation failed, right? Slash n, comma. But if it fails, I still have my number. So I have to free it. This is my temp, which is this is my numbers pointer. If the reallocation fails, I still have this my number pointer. So I have to free it before I can return. Otherwise, it will cause memory leak. So what do? I will come here and I will say free numbers, right? Then I will assign these numbers, I will assign null to this number. So meaning I'll cut it off. Numbers assign null. After that, I can say return 1, meaning there was an error. So I close this, right? Now, if it did fail, meaning the reallocation was done successfully, then I can now say number assign temp. That is this pointer that I initially used for the reallocation. So if it did not fail, that means the reallocation realloc function return the starting memory to what? To this pointer, this temp pointer. So that memory, I'm now assigning it to what? To my original what? Pointer, which is what? Numbers. My original number pointers. So from there, I can now allocate my um, new numbers, new elements. So in that case, what I will simply do, I will just come here. Instead of starting from num0, I'll do numbers. So initially it was 0 to 2 before. So I'll just do 3 and I will assign 40 to it. Then I will say numbers 4. I will assign 50 to it. So this is what I will do. Then I can now use my for loop to now pull out everything from index 0 to index 4. And that will now give me 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that will be printed out on the screen. Then I can now free my what? My numbers pointer and allocate null value to it. So it's very important. This place is key. Using a temp pointer to reallocate, and then if it fails, you have to free the initial pointer before you return your error message. Then, but if it didn't fail, you assign that pointer to the old pointer, and then you can now give your values. So let's go to code blocks. Let me demonstrate the full script for you to see, because I don't want this class to be too long. So this is our code blocks. I didn't have enough time, or I don't want the class to be too long, so I didn't have to write the whole of this script on the board. So what I did was just to take it from this place to explain to you. So here I'm showing you the full script. Now this is the full script on malloc, right? So this is the full script on malloc. You declare the pointers, and then you assign the allocation of the memories, the first address of the first element to the pointer. Then you test it and you assign values 10, 20, 30 to it. So that is for malloc. Now, then I use this, my for loop, to print it out on the screen. So this is a new line, meaning it will just move one step lower. Then it will reallocate the memory. So using the temp uh, pointer, I'm going to allocate memory by increasing the memory what to what 5 elements. So 5 times 4, that will be what 20 bytes. Then I'm testing. So if it fails, it means my numbers pointer will still be available. I have to free it and then I assign null to it before I return zero. Um, before I return fault to the screen. I need to print out this reallocation. Reallocation failed. But if it didn't fail, if memory was reallocated, I will now come here, which is this line, and assign this temp, which was successfully created as a pointer holding the address of the new size of memory. I will assign it to my numbers. Then I can now increase or assign two values to what? To the new size that was added, which is what? Index 3 and index 4. Then I can use my for loop to print out. So you can see that this for loop is having the index to what? Less than 5. The other one was having index less than 3 for the one of this one, for the one of malloc. But because I have increased it now, my index has increased to what? To what? Less than 5. Then when I print it out, it's going to print out everything. So then I can now free my number and then assign null to it. So let's execute this program for us to see what the output will be. So you force it to print out the malloc part and then to print out the realloc part. So let's execute. So you can see this is it. So after malloc 10, 20, 30. After realloc 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that is how you dynamically allocate memory in the heap at runtime, right? So that's what I want to show you in this class. Now we can go to our theme for the new year. Probably I will be starting my new videos with mathematics as a language. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. So to see you in the next class. Bye-bye.